we do 2 tests a year for the collar testing. We're coming up on one right now, and we have to deem them necessary to test. A test will happen on a special day. We'll get the people that are testing in. We'll get all the instructors in to be part of it, so they can partake in testing these instructors for their next collar. And that is the day that we'll put them through a fitness test, a curriculum test, where they have to show us they have knowledge of the curriculum and all the scripts and everything we're doing. On that test day, it usually takes about an hour and a half to go through what they need to know for them to test. So everyone's tested on everything we do. That's the way that they can move into instructorship. Okay? That's our 2 processes. I don't think I have anything else on that, Mr. Reed.
What?
I think that's it. Does anyone have any questions at all, or are we going to save questions for later?
Yeah, we can take questions.
Can we talk about the 40 points later?
We can. Yeah. Yeah.
So when somebody asks you a question, then repeat it, because then it'll record the question. Otherwise, you don't know what you're asking.
Yeah. Or we can do a question and answer later?
No, we do it now.
Okay. I can get you the 40 points later. I can actually try to get a copy of that and send it to you, Jens.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
You sent me a Facebook message last month. And
Yes.
You've got how many active students?
We're in the 500s.
500.
Mid 500s.
550, something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that your drop rate for that month is how much?
So, good question. The stats I sent Mr. Reed were for the month of February, which we're at right now. And I predicted where our numbers were going to go, and they're there.
Okay.
So for this month, we're going to do in the 140s, because the week's not done yet.
Yeah.
140,000, 145,000. Our new students now is at 21, as I looked last night. 21 new students for the month. And I think our drops were 4 drops, which puts it at about 0.7 quit rate.
Yeah. So when you can run, a school of 500 plus in a smaller town, to get that number, who are you?
Nice to meet you, sir. Mr. Reed.
Yep. Oh, you can. Yeah. We can edit. So if you're going to run a school 500, pushing 600 students, and you're going to have a sub 1% drop rate per month, you have to do a lot of things right. It's not one thing. It's not one trick. And what I've seen, now when I sold him the school, it was nowhere near those numbers, and it's grown. His wife is a real driving force behind it. She's better looking than he is.
By far.
She's smarter about marketing than he is. But he runs a great floor. It's a great team. But when you're talking about real success, before you talk about anything else, you have to talk about retention. And he's a living proof example of what happens when you can hit really good numbers that way. And if you go around town, like I said, he's got a stunning reputation. And as business owners, what is it we all want to be? We want to be top of mind in our town. So when someone thinks of martial arts, they're going to think of the academy. And he gets a ton of students without much marketing. So if your marketing costs go down, you could be more profitable. You can pay your staff more, and you don't have that stress of trying to spend $3,000 a month to get in 20 new students. You got 20 new students this month. And
that's abnormal, but
yeah. But you also
I don't need 20.
Yeah, right. So that's one of the things we'll be talking about today is you'll see that coming through the different speakers on how important it is to keep there. And the 2 things to remember on retention is culture and communication. And Mr. Cork is a master at the communication skills and of building culture, and that ties into what everybody's doing.
Can I reiterate it a little bit? Because I talked about that a little last year.
Yeah.
And it goes deeper than culture. It goes into community, right? Culture's strong, but community is even stronger. And community is creating a small community in your school that people can't live without. Culture is the first step, but community is deeper. It's a step higher than that. And if you're creating a community that people don't want to give up, not just because of the martial arts, but what you're doing in your school. Are you doing these special events? Are you spending time in creating a culture that no one wants to quit? If you create a community that no one wants to quit, your retention goes through the roof.
Very good. Any other questions, Zach?
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Is there any criteria you look for to invite a student into your leadership program?
What criteria do we have to invite a student into leadership? One, they have to be old enough. I'm not going to do a little ninja. I'm not going to do a 4, 5, 6-year-old because it's going to bog down the class. 2, it needs to be someone on black belt team. I'm not going to upgrade someone to a leadership program that isn't on our main program. So they got to be a black belt team member. And usually I wait to green belt. I find when we start to upgrade someone up to leadership, if we do it and we do this there, but at orange belt, gold belt is when we start to upgrade them to black belt team. We can try to upgrade them up to a black belt team leadership in one shot, and we've done it, but most people don't want to do it. They usually fall back to the easier the easier program. So what we'll do is we'll wait till they're green belts, then they've had a chance to get comfortable with the black belt team, and then now I can talk to them about leadership. So when someone's a green belt, purple belt, that's usually the requirement. Or if they didn't hear the word about leadership, maybe they're a little higher in rank, we'll invite them then. But usually it's after a little run through the black belt team. Sir?
Do you have like a target percentage of your school that's in leadership?
Great question. So I'm going to back it up a little bit. He said, is there... Yeah. So he said, do I have a certain percentage of people that are in our leadership program? So if someone gets to gold belt, that's when we usually nominate them for black belt team. And it will be our black belt team personally is a 30-month program. It's a 30-month upgrade. So that's usually we want them there for at least a belt before they're comfortable, before we ask them to join our longest term program. We want them to be comfortable with us and us comfortable with them. So right now we're nominating people for black belt team because we're going into the graduation, they're gold belt still. We usually have, talking about percentages, we usually have 90% to 95% of our gold belts go to black belt team, which is a pretty high percentage. Right now, I think this graduation this month, we have roughly 28 people going to their orange belt. 90% of them will be on black belt team. So when you get to orange belt, or I should say green belt, you got to be black belt team or you're not in our program. I hate to say it that way. There is a requirement that you have to be on black belt team to get the black belt. And at that point, you should know that. What percentage of them join leadership? I would say probably, let me think this through my numbers, probably about 15, 20% of them. 15 to 20% of our students above green belt are on leadership. All right, and we do scholarships on people. Any other questions?
What's the price increase for black belt?
Price increase. So it's a $50 upgrade per month, right? But we will scholarship some people that need to be scholarship. We'll help them through that. But usually it's $50 and it's a 2-year commitment.
And for the leadership, the same thing?
That is leadership.
Well, how much is black belt for the year?
What our tuition is?
Yeah.
Well, we have a tiered program. Our entry level tuition is $165. Our black belt team is $185, and so our leadership is $235. If that makes sense. Yeah.
All right, let's get our next guy.
Sir, sounds good.
Yeah.